Hare Krishna. So what I'm doing is I'm working on this beautiful crown for Radha. Now you can see it's made on a braid base. I've used earrings, assorted earrings, and rhinestones, pearls, all sorts of stonework. And right now what I'm doing is I'm adding gold bullion, French bullion, to outline the rhinestones and make them look less separate. See, they're applied here, but they don't have the French bullion outlining them. This is the French bullion here. I think I got it on Etsy. French bullion wire. So I've already got my needle threaded. This is not a tutorial, it's just a watch along. But you know, if you watch, you may also work out how to do it yourself. I'm just anchoring the thread. Going to work from the outside inwards, and what we do is, this is the beautiful flexible French bullion wire. You can see it's slippery like a slinky. It's all fully bendable. And we work in lengths of it. So I'm going to have it coming around to the midway point there. So let's just crop that much. This is amazing stuff. If you like crafting, I highly recommend that you order some and try it. So it has a hollow center, and I've just threaded it on. Now we'll get it to conform to the shape that we want. And thread it through. So it is in the right shape, but it's popping up a little. So what I do is I bring my needle and I'll just do a stitch over it. Obviously it would be better if I was using a see-through nylon thread, fishing wire, but I'm not, because that stuff is so hard to see. And you'll notice that you don't even really see the stitch at all. See, there's a little stitch there, but it's imperceptible. Okay, now let's step back through. Because the braid it's on is very loose, the stitches don't stay exactly in place. Now what do we do on the other side? Came across anyway. Alright. I know I'm doing it very slowly, and the craftspeople in India do it incredibly fast, but I don't have a line-up of the same pattern or even a huge amount of experience. I think I've used this maybe 2 or 3 times before, but the concept is very simple. And I really like how it outlines the details you've added and makes them seem like, you know, a seamless part of the design, because that's what we want. At the end of the day, we don't want our crown to look like a mishmash. We want it to look perfect and well considered. There we go. Oh, so pretty. So the next bit I'm going to do is around the top of the hot pink. I'm just going to eyeball that length. I think that will be about right. Maybe another one. You can just cut lots of little bits because you can join them. So I know that when the professionals do it, they just have a whole pile of small little cut pieces. I'm going to pull that too tight or it's going to sink below. The reason I like to build it on a braid base is because it looks more like real metal. And we always want to create the idea that it's, I guess, like a real jewelry piece. Or I do anyway, that's my idea, that's my concept of it looking realistic. Got some nylon caught up here. That looks about right. Let's stitch it into place with some anchoring stitches. And there. Now down here, oh, I think I've cut this a little long. Yep. Let's just trim that a bit. This French bullion really appeals to my desire to be frugal and make the best of everything, because you can save teeny little pieces like that and use them later in different spots. Nothing's wasted, which is great because I think it was quite expensive. I can't actually recall how much I paid for it. There we go, that's sitting in place beautifully. Wonder, probably doesn't even need another stitch. Let's knot it off and call it done. So I'm going to make some design decisions in a minute. I have a beautiful piece of earring stud. This is so difficult to knot off. One. In India, when they make these crowns, it's very traditional to do all your stitching and embroidery and then line it with a bit of cardboard, which I won't be doing because it will make it too stiff, and also red cloth, which I think looks great, but I probably won't do that either. Okay, there we have it, outlined in French bullion, but this section here looks like it needs filling. So my idea was to insert this. I think it probably needs to go about there. Should we have a pearl attached? And if we do, should we put it on a wire? We probably should. Hook. So let's just put that there for a second and get ourselves some jump beads, jump rings. And maybe we'll put the French wire away just to be tidy. Oh, I just found a gold thread. That's excellent. So the other thing we could add is little flowers. Krishna has flowers on his turban. Oh, why am I straying into design decisions at the last minute? Terrible idea. But also a great idea, but I love flowers. Oh, that's a concept. No, okay, let's stick to what we're doing. Alright, so we need some pliers. 1 and 2. Maybe these ones. I absolutely love these little teardrop pearls. Let's just secure them. Alright, looks good. Let's try it on our crown. I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously we can't have this poking through, so we'll take our round nose pliers. Probably want to do it up. That sometimes happens. Okay, that's happening more than sometimes. Basically what I've done is I've just created a little hoop there. Now I will stitch through that, but I also won't expect that the threads won't slip through. So what I might do is once I've secured it, I'm probably going to glue it on as well, just to ensure. Oh, actually, this will work well because we can stitch through the bottom section. So am I happy with that placement? Might be better there. Maybe we should do, no, that won't make sense. We need something to fill that gap there. I do have 4 of these. I guess I could do 2. Oh, that makes sense. That makes it nice. Alright, so we do 1 here. Let's get our thread. Now for this we can probably go back to using a normal thread. Why do I want to? Oh, I don't know, it's just easier to see. Anchor through. There we go. Maybe a couple times. So I'm actually just slipping it through that rounded wire end. And let's slip it through the bottom as well. Just easing it through the different things I've got stitched on here. There's one, and one from the other side. Hey, there we go. Now it's anchored on. And it's not going to move too much. That should be fine. Yeah, so let's get this one, which I prepared earlier. Classic show thing to say. Alright, now let's anchor it at the bottom. Check that if it's kind of slipping down. I think I want it up a little higher. So to do that we will use the bottom loop. Caught a little there. This is why I'm doing it in coloured thread and not in the see-through thread, because I wouldn't even be able to see what it was caught on if I was using the see-through thread. It's really quite hard to use. The good thing is that the more layers that you add, the more you are securing the things that you've already added. So it's like the foundations are getting stronger with all the different stitching that you do. go. Let's knot that off. Now there might be a lot of different ways that are better than I'm doing it, so you're welcome to share any tips that you have that you think would be better. There we go. I think it's beautiful. Let's do the other two. I'm not practical when it comes to this sort of thing. I don't think, oh, well, that's going to take too much time. I haven't charged enough for that. I just let my artisanal feelings and craftsmanship go for it. And try and quote enough to cover all the hours of work that I love to put in. Alright, so positioning is always hard, but I can see that I've kind of put it between the top two ones here. So let's try and stick to that placement again. Might be a little high. We'll do the bottom one first. Oh, there we go. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, this is the low one, isn't it? So let's keep it low. Next one. I guess if I did repeated, like if I made the same thing twice, it would get faster. But also I feel like it would get more monotonous. And generally, because I just use all sorts of different elements, it's not an option to do the same thing twice. Oh, here we go. So this is where these pieces came from. general, I like to try and avoid using jump rings, and that's because why? Oh, the way that they open and close can make them catch on hair, and we don't want to upset the don't want to like wreck the wig. I'm just kind of making that closing so I can use it to stitch on. Haven't really given myself enough thread to stitch with here, so I'm going to have fun tying it off. All right. So I feel like we can probably fill the space now with some pearls. Pearls are always a good idea. Or I could glue on more of these. So which one do I choose? I think pearls. Are pearls ever a bad idea? No, I don't think so. They're always a good idea. Let me put my pliers away. And the pins can go back in the pin cushion. Oh, I could outline it in bullion, but I don't think, let's see. Yeah, I don't think it will be visible enough to make a difference. So I might use the larger pearls as well. I do have various different size pearls, but I could use pearl flowers. No. I could use flowers. No. I think I'll use these pearls. Alright, so let's get some thread happening. And I will not use the nylon thread, I will use the white coloured thread. And I don't think I need to use a beading needle because these are really quite large. Oh, this is exciting. I'm getting to the end of this beautiful crown and I'm actually really happy with how it's turning out. So that's thrilling. It's the result that we want. We want to be happy with how it's looking. Just anchoring my thread here by stitching it through and onto the knot. Alrighty, first pearl. I guess I could also do a whole line of them and then stitch them down, or I could do them individually and then go back through them. I think I'll do a line. That's probably be about 5 pearls worth. Mm, 4 pearls worth. So we can take that one lower. So this is what I mean when I say I'm stitching across the thread. It's pretty much the same thing I was doing with the French bullion wire. There. Oh yes, that looks nice. Alright, so let's come back up here and start a new line. Probably I always lose a few beads. Sometimes it helps to have a little cloth. So I'm just anchoring down my beadwork now. those gold beads out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 3, 4, 5. No, more like 3, 4. I just hope this doesn't look too Disney princess. We want regal queen of Rishabhanu. Hopefully the pearls I use look good and not like I should have used a smaller pearl. If I think I should have used a smaller pearl, I will absolutely be unstitching this to use a smaller pearl. Alright, I think that's all we can do there. Let's knot off and sit back and have a think about it. Do you want to have a look at it on Radha? I bet you do. Let's see if I can adjust the camera. Sorry, it's not liking what I'm doing with turning. Something orientation is locked. Rotate device. Alright, we can't show you on Radha. In fact, that seems to have ruined everything. Rotate device. I think I might have to end it there, guys. I seem to have wrecked the stream. But make sure that you check my other reels, because once it's finished, I will be showing the whole outfit. Hare Krishna, Hare Bo.